In the last 2 weeks, we have witnessed social unrest and protests all over the world in response to proposed government mandates. I will intentionally avoid the V word in this presentation, and I want to make it perfectly clear that this presentation is not about medical advice or information. The subject matter is the global response to the proposed government mandates. I have friends and relatives caught up on both sides of this issue, and I would like to see an outcome in which they can maintain their good relationships and they all end up safe and healthy. I suggest that it might be far more constructive and effective to gain voluntary compliance and reduce hesitancy through information sharing rather than mandates, force, and violence. What is the main objective of the governing bodies on these mandates? I assume it's to gain maximum compliance and participation in the V program. So, what is driving this unprecedented level of resistance to a common and accepted approach to addressing such problems? The popular narrative is that all these people have been influenced by a few bad actors spreading misinformation about the V and damaging the public's confidence in the program. So let's assume that to be true. If these actors are so influential as to cause this much chaos all over the world, then we have a serious problem. They obviously have influenced the perceptions and beliefs of millions of people around the world, and mandates are not going to change their minds. There are laws on the books in almost every country to address these situations, ranging from public mischief to conduct detrimental to the public. There are legal instruments to address endangering public safety. With this level of influence, these actors can't be invisible, and I'm sure they can be found. So I recommend that these individuals or groups be brought before open court forums and allowed to make their claims, accusations, and allegations and present their evidence with the full understanding that unless their claims are found to have merit, they may face criminal charges and penalties. This exercise would separate those claims that have merit and are substantial from those that have merit but are frivolous and inconsequential, and those that have no merit and are malicious in nature. Then the appropriate remedies can be applied. We must also consider the possibility that amongst the millions of protesters, there are some intelligent people with control of their own minds that have their own personal questions and concerns. These questions and concerns can be addressed through information sharing programs, beginning with a national or international survey that can be facilitated through technology to identify the primary concerns and questions of the masses. Appropriate responses can then be presented through open source reports, online meetings, debates, and conferences. Transparency, accountability, integrity, and consistency will win the trust and respect of the people and vastly reduce any hesitancy. I believe we will have a much better response to the V program if people's fears and concerns were addressed through information and education rather than water cannons and tear gas. God bless you all.